Leading the way, a modern-day hero who continues to rewrite records with Mercedes. His teammate, determined to make his own mark. Rivals in red stand in the way, and their Ferrari looks fast. Then there are the Bulls, with a headstrong lineup and punching above their weight. Emerging stars want to impress, with an eye on 2019. And a great is preparing to say goodbye after nearly 2 decades in F1. But this is more than just a motor race. There's music to move you from all sorts of genres and by big names. Enjoy the tunes, the culture, and all the action around Marina Bay right here on GPTV as we welcome fans from around the world to the Formula One 2018 Singapore Airlines Singapore Grand Prix.
The eyes of the world are on Singapore, this small little island that punches well above its weight in the global economic community. Wedged just in between Malaysia and Indonesia, we come here for the 11th time. This place that held the first night race in Formula One history, we celebrate its 10th anniversary in 2018. It is the only current Formula One street circuit in Asia. 4 different race winners over the past 10 years, all of which have been Formula One world champions. The last 6, or should I say 6 of the last 7 Singapore Grand Prix winners went on to win the Formula One World Championship that year. And 70% of the pole sitters have gone on to win the Singapore Grand Prix. Let's have a look at the circuit. 23 corners, just over 5 kilometres in length. 49% full throttle running. That is one of the lowest we will see throughout our 21 race championship. There'll be nearly 80 gear changes and some dramatic incidents that have occurred here over the years. None more dramatic than last year's Turn 1 incident when we wiped out our front row at the very beginning of the race. Will we see more drama off the start line like we have in the last 2 years? Will we see drivers outbrake themselves around this tight, twisty and grueling circuit? 3 sectors, 3 critical tyre choices that are available to each of our drivers. On the left, the hardest of our compound, the soft, you can tell by the yellow sidewalls. In the middle, the medium compound, which is called the ultra soft, and new to the racing this year here in Singapore, and only for the 3rd time in Grand Prix racing this year, we see the Hypersoft tyre. Let's have a look at your grid. Lewis Hamilton starts on pole after that amazing lap, a 1:36.0 that he put on for us last night. Sebastian Vettel will start behind him in 3rd. We go back to Kimi Raikkonen in P5. He's not been able to find a grid position off the first lap of a race this year. In fact, it's taken 33 races since he's been able to move up 1 spot at the start of a race. Nico Hülkenberg starts out at 10th. Fernando Alonso will be the first of the drivers with the option to run different compound tyres out of position 11. What about these 2 drivers? The Alfa Romeo Sauber pair of Charles Leclerc and Marcus Ericsson. Pierre Gasly with Toro Rosso. They haven't lived up to the speed we expected of them. Stoffel Van Dorn a long way off his teammate down in 18th. Fernando Alonso qualified in 11th. Lance Stroll and Sergei Sorokin, the 2 Williams drivers, will be the back row, and they were 1.4 seconds slower than any other car in qualifying part 1. Daniel Ricciardo is on board, and I wonder what strategy will unfold for this driver we know is so quick and has been on the podium here in the last 4 races. Bob Constanduris, we talked about the tyres. They will be pivotal tonight.
Yeah, Pirelli, what they've said is the fastest of the basic strategy is to start on ultra soft, which is not available, of course, to the first 10, and do 24 laps, and then on soft compound tyres to the flag after 61 laps. Nearly as quickly is what the first 10 are likely to do, safety cars permitting, is start on the Hypersoft and go to just 13 laps and then change to the softs. And slightly slower is one stint on the Hypersofts to lap 11 and then 2 stints on Ultrasofts of 25 laps each. So there's quite a lot of strategy there, potentially, which will all be wrecked when we have a safety car.
We've only had them 100% of the time,
Exactly.
Bob Constanduris, over the years, and that suggests, well, stats are often made to be broken though, Bob. It might be tonight that we see green running throughout the course of the race. The crew members now clear the grid and we get set to set off on our warm-up lap ahead of the Formula One 2018 Singapore Airlines Singapore Grand Prix. I'm Cameron Vanden Dungen, joined in the box by Bob Constanduris. We will be bringing you all of the action for this wonderful event for GPTV. The clock ticks down. We will start this warm-up lap right now. They head off for their last sighting lap before we get this race underway. Bob, 200 pole positions by an Englishman now, and we saw something very special from Lewis Hamilton last night. We've seen that the tyre numbers show on an ultra-soft or hyper-soft tyre, I should say, he's been the fastest over the long runs.
Yes, but a phenomenal lap also from Max Verstappen, who lost so much time on the straights that actually it was more time than his deficit to Lewis Hamilton. So a phenomenal effort from Max Verstappen as well. So what a front row, and Max Verstappen with nothing to lose as we go into that first corner.
Last 3 races in a row, he's gained a position on the first lap. If he does it again tonight, he will be leading this race, and that will open it right up. If Lewis Hamilton can get down to turn 1, he will control this race and will set the pace for the front 10 cars that are on those hyper-soft tyres. We'll bring you all of the information on the tyres outside of the top 10. Bob suggested the ultra-soft onto a soft compound might be the option from some of our drivers from position 11 down to position 20. The battle is on. It's on indeed. Lewis Hamilton 30 points in command of this championship from Sebastian Vettel. And Max Verstappen, you said his lap yesterday was outstanding. The power just isn't there behind him, and he's complained throughout the course of the weekend. Let's hope that power unit holds up tonight to get this race underway.
It's all going to be about the start. It's going to be about the start. It's going to be fascinating at the start. Certainly, it's going to be quite phenomenal going down that first corner here. But just one this is Sebastian Vettel.
He also starts to get back from Lewis Hamilton. So he can't just go too conservatively either. It's a big deficit at this point in the year. Kick back 12 months. We're winding our way round to the main starting grid. The strategy will be built from the wall. The engineers, they have worked through all the various permutations that might unfold. They're using machine learning these days, artificial intelligence. They've got all sorts of computer systems. Dr. Helmut Marko watching on. He'll be hoping for a wonderful result from his Red Bull Racing Chargers.
just watching the cars go past us. Don't they look magnificent? And under these lights, they are shining brightly. Mrs. Vanden Dungen is taking pictures of them. She's impressed as well as they go past us. Wow.
Maurizio Arrivabene hoping for a good result for both of his drivers. Cars just filtering past our commentary box on the final turn. The Williams rolling through. There goes Lance Stroll. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're ready. This is set to be a great race. We are not far away. All cars in position. We look to the light gantry now. One light on, two lights on. When we get to 5, they'll go out and we'll be racing. And we're away in Singapore. A good start from Lewis Hamilton. Max Verstappen is holding out Sebastian Vettel. They nearly touch wheels. They go side by side into turn 1. But the young Dutchman holds sway in second. Sebastian Vettel, he's still there. And Valtteri Bottas holding out. Another car in the wall in the background. Racing Point force India heavily into the wall.
Esteban Ocon.
And that should bring out another safety car. We'll see that very shortly. Double yellows at the moment. We look for a move here. Sebastian Vettel has to get through, and he's done it. A big move, a decisive move as the safety car is called. He got it done just in time. Ferrari fans, he made the decisive move and is through into second place.
And Esteban Ocon out of the race. He hit the wall, and consequently we have the safety car deployed. Well, no surprise there. And it's going to take a moment or two just to clear up that mess. I think Esteban is okay. He's in the car. He's just got to get himself out of the car for a moment. But here it is, riding on board with him. And this is what happened. Did he have a nudge from anyone? He's got somebody on the outside. He goes round his own teammate. And there's a clash of wheels between the two of them. Not for the first time. They've behaved themselves this year. But that ended in Esteban Ocon in the wall.
An opportunistic move. He tried to go to the outside and not enough room. Was there a car to the inside of Sergio Perez? No, he's just moving his team right here. There'll be interesting discussions. Yet again appears that we're continuing that perfect 100% braking ratio. The the greener version of the circuit. Back to a start to look at this. This is the statement we'll be making to Lewis Hamilton. He will want Lewis knowing that the red Ferrari is right behind him. And it was critical for the restart. It was critical for the strategies. So there will be a bit of cleaning up. Let's.
Sorry guys, there was no wrong. I basically did not even see him. Just felt the contact.
He's saying sorry.
Well, Perez there facing up to it. There's Otmar Safnauer, the team principal, on the pit wall. And Sergio Perez says, sorry guys, he owns up. So it's going to take a moment or two before this car is cleared away. In fact, there's no marshals around it whatsoever at the moment. But they'll be there shortly.
We talked about the decisive move of Sebastian Vettel, and we'll run through the order with you very shortly. The only question was, did he get through before the safety car? I believe he was okay, but it was very close. It was the moment the pass was done, it appeared the safety car was deployed, but that will be something we have to check.
And it will be interesting to hear what Max Verstappen has to say about it. Here is Sebastian Vettel trying to go